guys, it has been a really long time, and I hope that you have been doing well, staying healthy, you know, doing what you can. And today we are talking about the Hatchimal from hell. And, it all starts off with this boy named Daniel. And Daniel's around 15 or 16, really into like TikTok and, trends and things like that, analytics on YouTube. And he's got this little sister, and his sister, Nancy, she, for the most part, is sweet, but sometimes she has that diva kind of attitude that just triggers him. He cannot deal with the way she treats her friends, their mother, and it gets to him. And so he's thinking, what can he do to stay in trend and things like that. And so he was driving his second-hand Toyota Corolla, and it was somewhere around the San Antonio Insane Asylum. And on the side of the road, there is this giant, weird-shaped, egg-shaped type of thing that he sees that's thrown out with some other furniture for the brush collection. And so he's thinking to himself, he's like, you know what, that looks kind of cool. That reminds me of the alien egg, right? And he's thinking of that for himself to make something artistic, maybe for his TikTok. And he's like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick that up. So he stops and he takes it, puts it in the trunk of his car. And, while he's driving home, he's thinking to himself, he's like, you know what would be really cool if I pranked my sister? I will look on the Facebook marketplace and see if I can find a box for a Hatchimal. And he does, for $3. It's just a box, and that's all he was looking for. And by somehow of a miracle, it fits in the box. This weird egg-shaped looking thing fits in the box. And so it's in his room, and he's doing other things. He's trying to catch up on homework because he was slacking. And all of a sudden he starts hearing things like scratches, and he's like, what is that? Are we getting rats? And he's like, man, I hope it's not the flying cockroaches. And he just kind of gets back in the zone. He's like, I gotta catch up, it's the end of the year, this and that. And he starts hearing whispering, and he's like, is the TV on? Is my phone on? Did I leave it on something? And so he's just thinking, I really need to do this prank. Like, I need to do something now, to get more views, to get more people, watching. And he's like, I'm gonna do it right now. So he sets up the box, and it fits perfectly. He closes it up. It seems like it looks like it's new. And then he notices an angle of it through the box, and there's something inscribed that he cannot read. It looks to be like a foreign type of language. And he's just like, what is that? So anyways, he knocks on his sister's door, and he's just like, hey, I know we've kind of had it rough this week, so I got you a surprise. And so, she's kind of like, what do you want? And, I'm busy with my friends right now. And he's like, look, I got you a Hatchimal. And so she's like, her face changes. She's like, whoa, you got me a Hatchimal? Like, wow. And so she doesn't know he's recording. So he has a separate angle of for her reaction for the prank. And then all of a sudden, she's just inspecting the box, and she's just like, I don't know, I'm kind of old for Hatchimal. Maybe you should take it back. And then he's like, no, I got it for you. And she's just like, no. And then he's like, come on. Just open it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe it's a surprise inside. And then she's just like, all right, I guess so. She's not really wanting to, but she does anyways. So she opens the box, and then the reaction of her face is just like, I knew it. You were just bullcrapping me. And so she throws the egg on the floor, and it cracks open. And so, for one, he didn't get the reaction he was expecting, you know, for her to be overjoyed to a certain level only for that to fall down. She was already kind of like anticipating. But what he didn't realize is when he was looking back at the footage was that there was this giant, like goat shaped, like shadow coming out of the egg that not everybody was able to see because they were looking more or less in her direction versus the back, her back. And it freaks him out. And by the time he goes back to check on his sister, he can't find her anywhere. She's nowhere to be found. And down the hall, there's just darkness. And in the dark, there are about 100 eyes. And the eyes are different shapes, different sizes. Some are expressing terror. Some are expressing just being sinister. Some are just very animal-like and just are soulless, basically. And you know, he's not like, it's hard for him to take it all in. And then all of a sudden he goes back to check the egg, and it's not broken anymore. It's sealed up and it's perfect. And he hears whispering. And coming from the sounds of whispering, he finds out that as he listens closer, it's his sister screaming for him to help her. That she's trapped in the egg. So he goes to this demonologist because he's starting to see things that he cannot understand as far as, you know, the 100 eyes lurking from the dark, you know, the shadows of this giant, you know, goat-like demon. And other things, you know, he's starting to see like these tortured souls. And the demonologist tells him, you know, that this is kind of like an egg to the gateway of hell, basically. And that they've kind of switched the roles of, you know, allowing some of these demons to be free in exchange for the soul of his sister. And he winds up kind of succumbing to the madness of having to deal with watching this and knowing what he's indirectly done from just a prank. And that is a tale of the Hatchimal from hell. I will catch you guys later. Take care, be well. We will continue doing more of these, I promise.